advice. Come to Ben and Kelly. It's group therapy on 99.7 DJX.
All right, Brandy wrote to us, "Hey, Ben and Kelly, I love listening to you guys. Had to share this story with you. My husband and I just moved into a new neighborhood over the summer. We've been so excited for the holidays. We got around to getting all of our Christmas stuff up inside and outside, and over the weekend, I noticed a note taped to our mailbox. It was from an anonymous neighbor who wrote, 'Welcome to the neighborhood. While we welcome all with open arms, we pride ourselves in a level of class, and frankly, your Christmas yard decorations miss the mark.
Ooh.
While these boxed blow-ups may have been acceptable where you came from, here they're an eyesore, and frankly, the 2000 and Tacky era is over.
Oh.
You might want to consider changing the theme for a neighborhood that's better than blow-ups.'
Oh, gosh.
I was shocked, but also a little hurt. Like, they aren't tacky. They're really nice and weren't cheap. And it's about our 5-year-old who's at a state and an age where Christmas is everything, and we let him pick out a few of those.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, thought you might like to share that on the show. Maybe I'm the one in the wrong here, but I also just thought how rude and sad to think that so many people don't have better things to do than be miserable and try to make others miserable too.
True.
Would you do anything or just ignore it?
Oh, my gosh.
Have a great day. Merry Christmas.
Okay, your neighborhood is doing a contest, right?
Well, mine is. I don't know if hers is.
Right, but I'm saying that could be a suggestion, especially if maybe they are in a HOA situation, a homeowners association situation, right, where, there are, quote, rules about the decorations that can be put up.
Maybe that's what she does. She reaches out to the HOA head and just say, "Hey, I got this letter. Do you guys have rules?
Yeah.
Saying that we can't put up these kinds of decorations, or should I just ignore it? Is someone just being mean? What's the case?"
Yeah, I was going to say, and that's assuming that she lives in a neighborhood that has an HOA or has
right,
like a homeowners association where there are like rules to how your home and your exterior can look and things like
right,
that. Because, as tacky as it may be, if there are rules in that neighborhood where it's like no inflatables over whatever, all the
exactly,
decorations need to be white lights as opposed to colored lights, all that, then, that's something that you should have researched before you moved into the neighborhood. And I don't know the way around a homeowners association quote rule, other than you just are the house that breaks the rules in the homeowners association. I don't know.
I've never really heard of any homeowners associations that get that nitpicky about holiday decorations.
So if it's
like, there's things about lawn heights and stuff like that. I think you're supposed to have pots filled if you have pots outside.
So if it's not a homeowners association situation and it's just a
mean neighbor,
and it's just a neighbor that's just like, okay, I don't like the blow-ups, I guess what do you do? Because then it's like, well, now you're kind of pouring vinegar in our nice cup of eggnog.
Yeah, and it does. I think it sounds like, well, you may not be inviting those neighbors to any barbecues.
Well, you don't even know which ones they are.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
But it's got to be somebody nearby that is looking at your house a lot.
Our text line right now is blowing up with people saying, throw more inflatables in your yard.
Yep.
I would put
cover
more
your yard.
I would put more inflatables in your yard, more inflatables. I will tell you that, and I want to share a story with you about a high school teacher and that we had, that I had growing up. She was my Spanish teacher, and what we used to do to her yard every holiday.
Wonder if she got notes from her neighbor.
Well, she lived in our neighborhood, so.
Okay.
Anyways, I'll tell you that story on the way. But would love to hear your story about maybe same such of circumstance and what you did about it. 502-795-1997. So, yeah, we were talking about Brandy, who had been delivered a note from an anonymous neighbor saying basically her Christmas decorations are tacky, doesn't like the blow-ups. I had a Spanish teacher in high school, Senora Speakman, and she was beloved by all. She was one of those teachers that everybody loved. She lived probably, she didn't live too far away from me, to be honest. And every Halloween, every Christmas, every election, we would find things to put in her yard. So every election, we would take every single election sign that the different candidates would have, and we'd put them in her yard. So she'd have
all of them.
Hundreds in her yard. Yep. Every Halloween, we would take pumpkins from other people's porches, and we would put them in her yard. And so she's been in the local paper before. She'd been in the local news before, because her yard is literally littered with just pumpkins. And so
she knew it was students, right?
Yeah. Every year, it'd be a thing where, hey, if your pumpkin's missing, it's probably in my yard, type of thing. Every Christmas, we would take things and we would just take and find decorations and put them in her yard. I don't know why. It was just a tradition in the neighborhood that we grew up in. And so anyways.
She probably loved it.
I think probably. Yeah.
I think, in some way she loved it.
This is a little bit different in the sense that it's one person putting up their own decorations and then another person crapping on it.
Yeah. We all want to think that, our decorations are beautiful and people enjoy them. And when you hear point blank from someone and they're called tacky, and maybe it was acceptable where you used to live, but now you're in a hoity-toity place and that's below our standards. Yeah.
And it's the inflatables that seem to be the issue. And Chad checks in and says, I live in Park Ridge with a homeowners association and they can't have inflatables. So there are some homeowners associations that legit put a kibosh on the inflatables in the yards.
Oh my gosh. Lauren, though, is rolling in with a suggestion of a new inflatable that she could get. We'll say it's an inflatable RV.
Oh, from Christmas Vacation?
Yes, with a little message to Clark.
Yeah. The crapper's full. Yep, that one.
But it doesn't say crapper.
Stephanie said, didn't someone reach out to you about something similar with Halloween decorations? What if it's the same neighborhood?
Oh,
what if it's one neighborhood here in Louisville or in southern Indiana that's just causing all this ruckus?
Like, we're the ones banning inflatables. You can't have those here.
Halloween can't have fun. Christmas can't have fun.
Nope.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are just like, hey, you know what? Just ignore it. And unless your homeowners association specifically has a rule about it, then
get more. Everybody's saying get more.
Everyone
just
is playing the petty card.
Yes, cover the yard. Yeah.
Well, that would at least make your 5-year-old happy. So, all right. Well, hey, thank you for the stories. Thank you for the suggestions there. And Brandy, sorry that you're dealing with that, but keep us posted.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Nope. Keep us posted. That's Group Therapy.